Means for the first time we're going to have a pretty significant Irish influence at the top table. Irene Tinagli is the chair, a very experienced economist from Italy, who will chair. I've spoken to Irene already about this, and we are sitting down to focus on some of the key issues. For instance, she asked me to immediately list 4 or 5 of the key areas that I felt would make a significant difference or should be looked at. Remember, part of our committee is to do this research you talk about, to do it properly. But I've come back to her, and I'm glad to reveal to you for the first time my agenda, at least in the initial stages of this committee. I've identified 4 areas we're going to go after and look at very, very carefully. One of them is an issue which was dealt with before in Irish life, and was controversial at the time, but perhaps not be quite so controversial this time. That's what I would describe as a minor programme of decentralisation around the country. I'm proposing, and I'll be looking at it in depth, that in Europe and throughout Europe, that we look at the opportunity of taking the pressure off our major cities, trying to get away from Dublin's sprawling housing, from Lisbon's problems, from Madrid's, all of these problems, and trying to bring our housing development to regions where it is possible. And to use joined up thinking as well. Take a city like Galway, to look in Galway and to do some analysis, proper research, and see if we can do this successfully. Take some of the government departments out of we've done it already, there are government departments in Galway, but take some more out. And perhaps, for example, examine the feasibility of taking a brand new department out of Dublin and building the housing for its staff and for their families on land owned by the state here in Galway. For instance, what would be wrong with building new housing on the perimeter of the Merlin Park HSE complex? Significant amount of land there, huge portions of land, and trackings of land in that area. And I'm not saying it can be done, I'm saying we should look at it for the first time. And similarly, my colleagues throughout Europe are saying, let's take the pressure off our major cities. So that's one of my first priorities.